Increasingly, there are new faces who want Washington to do less, actually, not more. The latest is Texas Republican Senate nominee Ted Cruz, who with Tea Party support came from behind to win and defeat Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst this week.
Tonight is a victory for the grassroots. It is a testament to Republican women, to Tea Party leaders, and to grassroots conservatives.
So was this the return of the Tea Party, Karen, or was it never gone?
Well, it was certainly a big victory for the Tea Party because, Ted Cruz was their candidate, and his victory was extraordinary. He defeated David Dewhurst, who has been the lieutenant governor of Texas for almost a decade, who outspent Ted Cruz by about 2-1, who put $11 million of his own money into the race.
Who was endorsed by Governor Rick Perry?
Well, and that's part of the issue. But there was a lot going on in this race. There was the Tea Party support, but there was also a lot of this kind of outside money that we have seen come in since the Citizens United decision, specifically an organization, an anti-tax organization called Club for Growth, which is not an anti-establishment organization, put in $5.5 million, which really helped to level the playing field a little bit. Ted Cruz also benefited from the fact that this election date was delayed not once but twice, thanks to court action over redistricting. And finally, I think what a lot of people in the state understand, but people outside didn't, that there is something of a family feud in Texas between what could sort of loosely be described as the old Bush organization and the organization of Rick Perry. And this was really the revenge of the Bushites. Ted Cruz had been part of the Bush administration. He'd never run for office before. He'd been Texas Solicitor General, but he did have a lot of support from people who were aligned with the Bush operation, as opposed, which there's a lot of tension between them and Rick Perry, the governor's operation, which is what David Dewhurst was part of.
So how does Ted Cruz, a guy who was the attorney general, get to be the outsider and the grassroots candidate? What does that say about what is the Tea Party?
That's a good question, because in Indiana it was the state treasurer who rose up, and there are all these folks, many of these folks.
But Ted Cruz, the Solicitor General in Texas, is not an elected job. I mean, this guy had never run a race before. But the Tea Party is really sort of interesting because it's not really a party, and in many ways it's not even an organization. I sort of compare it to a weather system. I mean, if all the barometric indicators are just right, it can cause a real storm, and that's certainly what happened here.